The baby Toyota Land Cruiser, no, Land Cruiser Mini, you can call it Land Cruiser FJ. Those trademarks have all been put out there. I mean, Toyota's been teasing this vehicle since I think 2021. We have potentially our first public viewing of this vehicle here in the United States being tested. Is this vehicle right here, the new baby Land Cruiser? It's coming to America? Let's get into it. Guys, smash the like button if you want to see the mini Land Cruiser come to the United States. It would likely come as a hybrid, and it's hard to say where it would be built. I mean, there's talks of it being built in Indonesia, kind of based off of the Hilux Champ, really affordable little pickup truck that we don't get in the United States. It wouldn't pass safety laws or emissions laws. So there's talks that it could be built there. There's talks that it could be built in Japan at the Tahara plant where they make Land Cruisers. But we have this mysterious vehicle being spotted, and this is over at Seek Adventure. They're an Instagram channel, obviously focusing, looks like largely on Toyota, maybe a little Jeep off-roading videos. Got some 4Runner action here. But really beautiful videos they make. But look what they just caught in Colorado. We're going to play the video that they caught. And if you guys want to see more adventure stuff from them, make sure to follow them on Instagram, seek.adventure. Here we go. All right. This is them spying this vehicle in camouflage. Now, the camouflage is not that heavy. You can see those daytime running lights. You can see the wheels. You can see those tow hooks up front. You can see the taillights too a little bit. So we're going to break this down, not necessarily frame by frame, but we're going to decipher these images today and discuss what this vehicle is. Regardless of what it is, it's pretty exciting and cool looking underneath that shroudage. So we're going to go ahead and get into some image comparisons here of the Land Cruiser Mini or the Land Cruiser FJ Compact Cruiser. It goes by lots of different names. All right, down below is the baby Land Cruiser. Again, we don't have official images of what this vehicle is going to look like. We just have old renders, right? We kind of have these similar bracketed headlights. However, they're amber daytime running lights here compared to Toyota's white lights. All right. And then the headlights are nestled inside. Now, it's hard to tell what kind of headlight design it is, but honestly, it's very similar between these two off-road focused vehicles. But when we go down from the headlights, we start seeing bigger changes here. Now, we have a radar sensor here for radar cruise control. This big piece here at the bottom is kind of similar. It's a little bit wider than this mini cruiser, mini FJ, and I'd say this vehicle on top overall seems to be quite a bit wider than the mini cruiser. All right, and then down below, the hooks are completely different. They're situated here very low on the vehicle in a horizontal orientation instead of a vertical orientation here on the Land Cruiser. But there are definitely similarities, and I understand why Seek Adventure saw this vehicle as a potential mini cruiser. All right, comparing the two again, wheel designs are completely different, but again, concept wheels, they can always change by the time they get to production. But it does look like this vehicle up top has quite a short overhang, which is going to help with approach and departure angles for sure. We have these white heritage-like wheels. I've tested the Bronco Sport with white heritage wheels. They're beautiful, but they're going to get dirty, I would say. Here's another image of it. Again, very short overhang here. Looks quite impressive. Very like bulldoggy, right? Doesn't stick out too far. Very compact from the front. And the front of the hood to the start of the windshield, it looks like it has a short hood. But look at the verticality of the baby cruiser's A-pillar. This is swept back noticeably more. And that's, I mean, if you're already questioning that this baby is a baby Land Cruiser, then yeah, it's probably not. So what could it be if it's not a baby Land Cruiser? The headlights, the front end is similar, not too similar. We even have a parking sensor here, by the way. The A-pillar is totally different between these two vehicles, seemingly, from this camouflage. All right, and then we look into the interior. We have a big center screen here, and that's really all we can see from the image is a big center screen kind of sitting on top of the dash. Our first look at the back of the vehicle, and check this out. It is similar to the the baby cruiser in some ways. Well, we have a nice roof rail here. I mean, this looks like a vertical drop off. Again, there's going to be potentially camouflage in here to throw off the actual shape and dimensions of this off-roader. But again, the overhang looks pretty short on the back, and it looks very vertical here. All right, very, very vertical, which is also giving me some questions like, what the heck could this be? It looks very similar-ish to this Toyota overall, again, but the A-pillar is one of the biggest giveaways that it's not the same vehicle. A couple different looks at the back here. Again, it looks very, very upright. One last video here, or one last picture here of the third brake light up top. You can kind of see the rear suspension here, but again, this is a still taken from the video. They also took, Seek Adventure took some stills here, which is going to give us maybe a little bit higher resolution or better idea of what this vehicle's proportions are. But you can see that there's a crew around this vehicle. They want to make sure that like the camouflage doesn't get ripped off or anything like that. You can start to see the wheel arches. Notice the wheel arches are very round here. And on the Toyota, they're very blocky, very squarish. It's a big difference between the two there. Now, this gentleman on the left in that video, he says, hey, it's a new Toyota. I think he's just pulling our chain because it's not a new Toyota, in my opinion, not whatsoever. So what is this vehicle? Well, most of you guys, if you follow the channel, you'd be like, well, that looks like the new Passport's headlights. This is the new Passport, guys. And I have questions because they did a good job camouflaging certain parts of it. So obviously no Honda badge. Obviously the Passport typed out into the front bumper is hidden. The hood scoop area is hidden. But that is not what is concerning me. This looks like a completely different vehicle than this teaser. This teaser was announced with Honda alongside of this official image of the front, where the vehicle seems to be a bit blockier overall, which matches this, but it doesn't. This vehicle does not match this vehicle. This looks completely different. Notice the huge overhangs here. A-pillar is similar, but this vehicle on top seems to be much, much shorter and more upright in the back, boxier in the back. So it's almost like this could have been an early prototype. I mean, honestly, this looks like a Pilot. Could have Honda just put a Pilot here and kind of thrown us off? That's a possibility. This vehicle on top looks way more exciting than this long overhang, bloated two-row Pilot situation that we have here. All right. When I saw this, I'm like, I'm not excited for the new Passport, really, if it's going to look this family purposed. The Passport needs to not be a two-row version of the Pilot, which it kind of currently is. So it needs to really differentiate itself with styling and capability. And I think that this vehicle we're seeing on top is a completely different vehicle than what we see at the bottom. It gets me very, very excited, and I truly hope that Honda's working on a more boxy, short overhang, cool little crossover to compete against, let's say, the 4Runner in some ways. I know it's body on frame, it's a little different, but let's say this competes pretty well with the Bronco Sport. It might be a little bit bigger than the Bronco Sport, but it's probably going to have a V6. But it depends how big the vehicle is. Maybe Honda sticks in the 2-liter turbo. I mean, a lot of people would love to see the 2-liter turbo in here too, because that engine's fantastic. It just depends how big this vehicle ends up being. It doesn't look like a compact, but again, camouflage here. It's really hard to tell what's going on. So I'll see you guys in the comments below. So what do we know about Honda's new Passport? Well, all new 2026 model year. Development is underway. It's arriving in 2025. So it is coming next year. And it is the most adventure-ready and capable Honda SUV yet, with a truly rugged design. This design, that's not truly rugged. I'm sorry, all right? This design you can start claiming that. Okay, so let's get back to the press release. Authentic off-road capability. That means good approach angles, good breakover angles, good ground clearance. Now, the ground clearance of this vehicle doesn't look that impressive, to be honest, but the approach angles and departure angles look quite good here. Next level versatility, innovative features, bake in some of that Honda element spice. Everyone wants the element. It's just nowhere to be found, seen, or heard. But if we can get some of that crazy cool practicality where you can spray out the back of the vehicle with the rubber floors, you can have fun placed sunroofs on it, all that quirkiness, you can remove the second row seats. If they're able to do that, bring in some of that Honda element capability and funkiness, it get me really, really amped. And it is arriving early next year. We got to have an official announcement probably by the end of this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we had an official announcement maybe at the LA Auto Show. That would be very, very exciting. But I'll bring any sort of new Passport news to you guys. And this teaser's throwing me off. It looks nothing like the vehicle that was spotted in Colorado. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more.